Welcome, my dear viewer, to Dr. Paul Kebicho TikTok page and YouTube channel. And today, I thought of reminding my dear viewer, wherever you are, that life is a matter of choice. I have met people who are quite arrogant, some people who are quite insensitive, and people who need to be told many times that you are at liberty to make the choice of life that you want to lead. I have been telling people the need to put money in various investment vehicles. I've been telling people more about Saccos. Why do you require to have a Sacco? I've talked about Saccos. And one thing that surprises me is that no matter how much we try to hammer this point home, majority of us people, we take it for granted. But basically, the choice is yours. The destiny is actually a creation of your conscious minds. I have seen people being told by doctors, medical doctors, don't smoke. Otherwise, continued consumption of tobacco products will automatically lead to you becoming a cancer patient. To my amusement, to my amazement, you still see people, despite that warning from the doctor, they continually smoke against the advice of the medical doctor. I am a lecturer, I teach in a university. And I've been telling my students that anybody who passes and gets good grades in a university purely depends on the commitment and the amount of time one spends studying for the sake of exams and, of course, understanding the subject matter of discussion. Again, I have seen people who don't take things seriously, which is okay. I have no problem because basically the choice is yours. It is you to decide what you want to do with your life. And the Bible says, when I was a child, I was thinking like a child. Today, I'm a sure adult man. I'm a man who is of an average life, meaning I'm above 18 years and I can be able to tell what is good and what is bad. I have used many hours not being paid by an individual to share this information, which I got from the university, having paid a lot of money in terms of school fees for me to be the person I am. It has not been sponsored by any sponsor, I have actually spent money from my own pocket to be the person I am. I am not neglecting sharing this information with you people because I have been told by many people as a feedback that majority of people today are leading good lives because they listened and did what I told them to do. So the question is, you are there, I've been sharing this information. First of all, I start about the need to invest your money. The energy levels that you claim to have today will one day actually be no more. We have seen our parents, those people who are fortunate enough to have their parents. You have seen your parents who were once young and today they are old. I was once young, today I'm old. So it is evident that even as people who are at our prime age, we are also going to get old. But the question is, what are you getting old to become? What are you getting old to become? If today you are robust of energy, you are not so comfortable with the status of your life because of what we call limited resources. What makes you think that your life will be so rosy, so good when you hit 60 or 70 years? I have told people on a number of occasions that majority of us people, we do not perish or we do not suffer because we don't have the information. It is because we suffer from what we call indecisiveness. Some people don't have the capacity and the ability to make decisions. I have seen them. I have even seen somebody taking an insurance policy for his daughter or for her son or for his son. After only 3 months payment, they withdraw. That tells you that as far as the reason behind their taking was concerned, it was not built on a rock. It was built on a quicksand. Your child is there. The child has not passed on, but you can comfortably and with consciously decide to actually redo what you did for the purposes of that child who calls you mommy or who calls you daddy. How then do you define those kind of characters? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. We shall continually tell you, just like pastors do, just like some of us who are preachers do. We remind people what are the expectations of Jesus Christ if you are to become heirs of the kingdom. But once again, just like the pastors say, many are called, but few are chosen. Few are chosen. In fact, this information I'm sharing with you, it is not meant for everybody. There are only those very few groups of individuals who will take maybe what we call a positive step towards the betterment of their lives. When I tell you to invest your money, I'm not telling you to invest on my behalf. I believe that by very nature, some people think that Kebisho is going to benefit out of this investment that will make. Fine, if I benefit, it's okay. If I don't benefit, this far the Lord has been faithful. Mine is to share the information with you because I have seen individuals who are so ignorant about even their very existence. Some of us people, thank you very much for those people who are tapping and liking me on my YouTube, on my TikTok page. I think the only thing that you can give me are likes. I appreciate all of you. Fresh Muso, I appreciate you. Zima Brew, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Irene Lembo, I appreciate you. Sucre, I appreciate you. Koi, I appreciate you. So maybe you can give me likes. You can actually tap. Thank you very much, you frame. Thank you, CPA Nyambura. Thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much, Mwangi Jogu, tuned in from Kagema, Moranga. Junge Dennis, when you speak, the airwaves kneels. Junge Dennis, when you speak, the airwaves kneels. Was in another platform listening to your content. We share similar channel of wisdom. Keep it up, Doc. Thank you very much, Junge Dennis. I personally, without prejudice, I didn't feel it. I have told people on many occasions, I do not argue from a platform of ignorance. The beauty of life is this: if you find a signboard written that if you go beyond this particular routes, or maybe you go beyond this particular point, you'll be consumed by lions. If you find somebody ignoring that particular signage and they continually pursue the journey against that particular warning, the signage did its work. It communicated to the person whom it was intended for. So the choice is yours. My wife anapenda kukusikiza sana ukuja Inoro, but mimi sisikiagi ukiongea sense. Doesn't matter, Caroline, don't you worry. Sense United depends. It is not there is no sense. It is because your head is not actually wired to get sense from nonsense. So don't you worry, it happens. So what happens? And then your wife is more brainy than you are. Don't you worry, Cardinal. And you need to remove that name Cardinal from your name. You are not a cardinal. You're just but a human being who exists by virtue of having been brought into the universe by the parties that did it. But what I'm saying is this, without prejudice. Some of us people, like, that individual character who is talking, I am telling you, maybe that guy, for sure, even in school, he could not comprehend anything. Believe you me, I have met those kind of individuals. They are called pessimists. Pessimists are people who always see negative in every situation, and we must live with them. Even during Jesus' time, they were there. But the beauty of life is that there are those people who take this particular information and they use it for their betterment. Again, we must appreciate that even our efforts of understanding are different. You can speak something in a group of people and only maybe to take the grasp of what you're saying. We appreciate because social media has got no censorship where we cannot allow even fools to come in. So even fools, sometimes they join us in our discussion, and those are the kind of people who formate what we call unprintable epithets. Those are the people who normally formate what we call trash. So we must appreciate that, we must live with them. So what I'm talking about here is this point. Sorry, sometimes because I divert, which is normal anyway. Even an aircraft does so when the weather is a bit turbulent in the airways. So one of the things we must appreciate, the choice, basically, you get information. Those people who get information, they become transformed. Those people who don't get information, they remain conformed. But basically, the choice is yours. We've been told by many people. Many speakers have told us, including our old parents, that it is important always to have what we call a futuristic approach to life. Futuristic. When you find yourself paying bills, thank you very much, CPA Nyambura. I like people who normally present what you call sense in our discussion. I'll see whether I'll get some time to do that. I wish people can stop being ignorant and listen. And KG, who are people who, if you give a fool a gun, an AK-47 rifle, he takes it to be a walking stick. But if you give it to somebody who appreciates what it is that he's holding, it becomes a weapon for mass destruction. It all depends. So GD, don't you worry, they must always live with us. So let me come to this point. Over the year, for the last now 1 year, I've been talking about Saccos. I want to appreciate all those people in the diaspora, Qatar, Dubai, South Africa, UK, US, Bahrain, who have actually taken my advice very, very seriously. If I'm an agricultural officer, for instance, and I tell you the kind of fertilizer to use in your piece of land, having tested what we call the pH of your soil, if you do contrary to my advice, it is not that my advice was not justified. It was. But the consumer of the information that did contrary. The same case applies to what we are telling you today. If you want to lead a comfortable life, you must avoid what we call instant gratification. And this is where majority of us people suffer from. That you want to think of a car and you drive it right now, having not met the basics. There are things we call the basics. Basics are those things that you must fulfill before you think of luxury. Remember, human wants are endless. Human wants are endless. Today, I can tell you for sure, when you got the job that you're working today in, your priorities, you had already planned things in a sequence that you wanted them to be followed. But today you realize that when money comes, it confuses many. So I have been telling people that if you want to grow, if you want to have a piece of land of your own, if you want to drive a good car in the fullness of time, if you want to live in a good house, not in a hovel, but a good house, if you want to dress designers clothes, I'm not going to give an example to anyone. If you want to take your children to good schools, there is no other shortcut. You must plan your finances. Majority of us people are poor financial planners. We actually have cash. We actually have what we call money. But in terms of managing that money becomes the problem. And when we try to come and help some people who are still on the treadmill in terms of financial hygiene and discipline, they still trash our information. It's all right. It's all right. Trash it, but you do it at your own peril. So why do I advocate about people joining a Sacco? The difference between a Sacco and a bank, and I have given this on a number of occasions, I've repeated this an umpteenth 10 times, that a Sacco, number one, charges the lowest interest rate on loans. A Sacco charges only 1% per month at a reducing balance on the amount of money that you borrow from them. A Sacco will not ask you for what we call collaterals. A Sacco will not ask you for your title deed, for your logbook, for what we call your share certificate, or what we call instruments of negotiation. No, they don't ask for that. They only want you to come. It's a social gathering where people come together, where you first of all analyze the individuals whom you call the guarantors and see whether they can be called men and women of integrity. And then you approach them and they become your guarantors and you borrow that loan. When you take that particular loan, please don't eat that money. Take that loan for a project that you had intended. If you want to buy a piece of land, you can even request the Sacco to give you what we call a check in favor of the person we refer to as the feeder. The feeder is the person who's selling you the piece of land. The buyer is called the purchaser. The purchaser is the person purchasing that parcel of land from the feeder. The feeder is the seller for that matter. Allow me to use those legal terminologies. So a Sacco, when you're repaying the loan with a Sacco, you still enjoy your dividends. And that is why we have been saying that the effective rate for a Sacco loan is 6.7%, because by the end of the day, you are still enjoying the returns on the amount of money that you are paying the loan on. The second aspect of taking this particular loan from a Sacco is that it is flexible. You cannot, they have that listening element. They can listen to you and they can help you, unlike maybe many financial institutions like banks. You build your savings. As you continually pay the loan, you build your savings. So you're still building your savings. As you continually pay the loan, you are still, remember, enjoying what we call the dividends, paying the lowest rates of interest, and at the same time, discipline to save. Some of us, we don't have financial discipline. We don't save any money. Some of us people, we are spendthrifts. We spend money. And when people see others excelling, they start giving them names which do not actually reflect their Christian values and beliefs. They actually start speaking words that can only be found in the devil's workshop. Because when you excel, instead of people coming to you and asking you, how did you manage to be the person you are? When you find me driving a good car, you do not have to go looking for drawing some conclusions that are totally unverifiable. You only require to ask me, Kebicho, how did you manage to buy this car? Because there's some people who are very honest, but there are others who are sarcastic, like those ones calling themselves cardinals, total misuse of the terminology cardinal. So the best thing that you can do is to identify a Sacco that meets your needs. We have got several Saccos in Kenya. I'm not going to mention those other Saccos because I am not the ambassador. I talk about All In Sacco, the Sacco that my wife has belonged for the last 25 years, from 1998. The Sacco that I've been part and parcel of it for quite a long time. A Sacco that gave dividends at 12.5% on ordinary shares and 17.5% on share capital. So for those people who understand what we call return on investment, and for those people who understand what is the current return on various investment vehicles, including money market, which we call the collective investment schemes, you can, even those people who invest with the government through the treasury bills and bonds, they appreciate that getting a return of 12.5% on ordinary shares and 17.5% on what we call share capital is no mean feat. So if you are there and you don't have a Sacco, I can tell you for sure, and I don't know, Kenyans are also, I'm also urging my fellow followers and Kenyans, let us not be ignorant. We are living in the most exciting times where information is fully provided. If I mention a Sacco like Ordin Sacco, OLLIN Sacco, just go to you can even go to Sasla. If you're a serious investor, go to UAP building. So go to Odimusho building in Upper Hill. They are there and ask Sasla, the regulator, Sacco Society's regulatory authority, whether this Sacco called Ordin is legit, whether it is legit, whether it is actually operating legally. This Sacco has been there for 48 years. It has served Kenyans for 48 years. What comes into your mind to think that upon joining it, it is going to collapse? Unless you are a default advocate or you're a default agent. So the Sacco has been there for quite a long time. Join it. One day you'll remember me when you find yourself now putting up some rent houses, driving a good car, educating your children in good schools, and enabling you to save money that you could not have ordinarily saved if you let the money control you as opposed to you controlling the money. Because by the end of the day, it is either you are being controlled by the money or the money is controlling you. I would prefer that you allow yourself to be the controller of your money as opposed to money controlling you. So avoid instant gratification. Identify a Sacco. I've given you my preferred Sacco. You do not necessarily have to be a member of Ordin Sacco anyway. You can belong to any after you have done your due diligence. So please, I'm going to give my number at the tail end of this discussion. If you're interested in joining a Sacco, you can ask me. I can advise you. If you belong to a Sacco, we salute you. Whichever Sacco that you belong to, whether you belong to Kenya Police Sacco, whether you belong to Stima Sacco, whether you belong to Muhasibu Sacco, all these Saccos are good. Whether you belong to Anadege Sacco, whether you belong to what we call Harabe Sacco, they are good Saccos anyway, and they give people returns. Whether you belong to New Forty Sacco, but my Sacco, the Sacco that I belong, which has served me very well, is called All In Sacco. Yeah, let me talk about this. You see, I can see my brother Triple K saying that getting guarantors is a problem. You have a duty to you. It is. I sometimes just laugh even when I'm alone. If you have an interest in something, you must first of all ask yourself, what is expected of me? Even when you're applying for a job, you look at the requirements. What are the requirements? What are the academic requirements? What is the age requirement? And which is the most preferred course? Similarly, what you need to ask yourself, if you know that you require guarantors, you can also convince your brothers, your sisters, your friends to join this Sacco because you know by the end of the day, you require guarantors. If the bank is asking for a title deed, you don't go asking where to get a title deed. You must therefore secure a title deed if it is the collateral required by the bank. Similarly, if you are joining a Sacco, you must also play a role. You must become proactive by looking at individuals whom we call in the legal fraternity meeting of the minds, so that when you join that Sacco, you can be guaranteeing each other. That's what you do. That's what I did personally. I have been taking loans for as long as I can remember. Many of the assets that I have are actually Sacco funded, Sacco loan funded, and I thank God for that. Including my very college, Panorama College of Business Studies. It was built by Sacco money, and I have no apologies to make. So if you want to become a beneficiary of a certain Sacco or a certain outfit, you must ask yourself what are the requirements and see what you can do, because most of us people, we wait for things to happen. Things don't just happen. If you want to build a house, you must be prepared to go to where stones come from, to where cement come from, to where bars come from, Y10, Y12. That's what you do. So it is, yeah, Sure, yes, Madam Mary Karim, yes, sure. All Sacco can enable you to have passive income in old age. Thank you so much, Madam Mary Karim. That is what you do, because most of us people, what we lack is critical thinking. You need to ask yourself right now at your age, whatever age you are in at this point in time, you need to ask yourself, are you celebrating your life? Are you so comfortable? If you're not comfortable, what makes you think that you'll be very comfortable when you're old, when your age advances? It is now that you require to start laying the foundation so that your passive income can be higher. And I've been telling people that as you grow old, you require cash flow. Don't come telling me that you have 10 acres of land the way some of us people do. Having 10 acres of land, we appreciate you that you're an investor. But you are an investor in what we call far cash. Far cash means that although you have a piece of land, you cannot go to hospital carrying your title per se, and you pay consultation of 5,000 shillings. You cannot go to Quick Mart with your title and you buy goods. The language of communication at Quick Mart or Naivas or Ukwara, if it exists, or Taskis, is cash. So you require, as you age, improve your cash flow. Cash flow means you need money. You need money. You need cash. When your grandchildren comes into your house, you cannot go telling them that you have got 50 acres of land in Timau. That does not make any sense. What they require is that cash. Yes. So the other thing, Jane, I'm in the US and I'm wondering how I can. What? Jane, the world has been reduced into a global village. I have said I've already been able to bring more than 5,000 members in the diaspora. Jane, I'm going to give you my number. Just talk to me. I'll be able to give you what we call, it is so simple. Everything is online. We are doing everything just like you access money on your phone at the comfort of your phone. Let me ask you, if I needed 100,000 shillings, I only go to my phone, transfer. I can use my Equitel to transfer even 1,000,000 shillings using my phone without necessarily going to the banking hall. Everything nowadays has been reduced into what we call online. So I'll be able to help you to do that. So Jane, relax. Chris Wainaina, tuned from Kerisho, I have been following your advice and my life is changing. I thank you very much, Mr. Chris Wainaina, for that. Continually tap, and I only require tapping of people who think like most of us people do, people who are like-minded. Thank you very much for tapping. Thank you for the likes. And by so doing, I am appreciating. So what we need to do, Chris Wainaina, and again, you helped me to join Odin Sacco. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris Wainaina. You joined Odin Sacco courtesy of my advice. I salute you, Mr. Chris Wainaina. That is how it should be. But majority of us people, we are wired. Thank you for the likes, those people in the TikTok. And thank you very much for subscribing in my YouTube channel. I wish we can be able to go to 10,000 people in my YouTube channel. And I wish that I can be able to have followers of up to 100,000 in my TikTok page. And please, if I have done something good to you, Mr. Gitari, you can also light. I don't mind you lighting a small text. Gakofia GM, minimum contribution at Odin Sacco is 1,000 shillings. So Gakofia JM, I'll be giving you my number at the tail end of this discussion. So let me come to point number 2. So we have talked about SACCOs. I'm not going to go deeper into that. And before I get out of this position of SACCOs, do not be swayed by what has happened. Yes, there are SACCOs that have died. I'm not ignorant, and I have said died in quotes. There are SACCOs that have collapsed, which is okay. Collapsing is not a problem. Even the people who were born, who came into this world first, they died, but we are alive. So we cannot start thinking that because people died, we shall not live. It is their time that came and they died. That's okay. You cannot keep saying, like, I've been asking people, you hear when a single bank collapses, people see it as an opportunity for them not to open accounts. But I normally ask people, some banks have been there for 100 years. KCB has been there as long as I can remember. Absa Bank, which was Barclays Bank, has been there for quite a long time. Even Equity has been there for quite a long time. Even this bank called Family Bank has been there for quite a long time. Bank of Baroda has been there for quite a long time. Bank of India. Why do you just come reminding me that we had, I think, and the Imperial Bank or the Chase Bank that collapsed? Why are you magnifying which does not work? And that is where failure starts beating you, because you magnify the closed doors that you fail to see the opened doors. So you should change that attitude, because I have been telling people you have to change your mindset. If you are going to succeed, you must change the way you think, because your thoughts define your destiny. Some of us people are wired to be so pessimistic in our lives. We don't see anything good. There are people who say that marriage is bad, but as you talk of marriage being bad, It is not that the entire marriage life is bad for all of us. No, some of us have been that married for quite a long time. It is the question is, did we subscribe? Did we first of all read? Did we understand what it was that we were entering into? And again, what are our shortcomings in our marriage? What did we do that never worked? What did you do that hurt your spouse, that made him or her to leave your marriage? So you cannot come condemning marriage, giving marriage blanket condemnation, unless you have a problem. We cannot go accusing those circles which are in existence, or in the name of those others that have closed. Those that have closed, they had their own reasons of closing. So it's good to join a circle and save your money there. By so doing, you are building your tomorrow, and you require passive income. Passive income, allow me to differentiate between passive income and active income. Passive income, it is that money that you make comfortably without your intervention. You do nothing. Like, when you build a rental, when you put up a rental house, say with 10 two-bedroom rooms, giving you 10,000 each, that is, if you multiply 20 by 10,000, that is 200,000 shillings. As long as that building is there, you are assured of getting that money. And I have been telling people, it does not necessarily have to have what we call 100% occupancy. The tenants that God will give you will still guarantee you something called a return. That's a passive income. If you invest your money to the area that I'm entering into shortly, you'll be getting your money every year without you reporting to any office, without you paying any salary, without you paying any utility bills, but money will be coming your way. Thank you, Dixon Kagondo. Thank you, Doctor. Been following you closely. Great words for those who are open-minded. Thank you so much, Mr. Dixon Kagondo. I appreciate you. Getari, I'll advise you shortly. Don't you worry, Mr. Getari. I'll be giving you my number so that you can text me. Yeah, you can join Olin Sacco. How do I do that? Total's Shop, I'm giving you my number shortly. Please, you can just go ahead and text me. My number is, and I'm requesting Mr. Getari to pin my number. As you continually give me likes, as you continually subscribe to my YouTube channel. My cell phone number is 0722 63021. 0722 63021. Getari, put that number there, Mr. Getari. And thank you very much, Danny Madenge. Thank you very much, Toto. My number is 0722 63021. So if you can text me, you can either send me a WhatsApp message, you can DM me, you can actually DM me on my number. I'll be able to help you to do that. Please make sure that you join. Please make this money that I'm telling you to save. It is not my money. Thank you very much, Real Estate, Ginue Real Estate. Thank you very much. I'm coming to that. Thank you for your likes. Thank you, Francis Wawero. Thank you once again, Ginue Real Estate, for that. I appreciate you so much because of sending me that loss. Saimo Aka, I appreciate you, Manika. So it's about, allow me so that you can be able to, because I'm rushing somewhere before 4. This is what I'm saying. Now, I have talked about Saccos. Those people who want to join the Sacco, please do send me that. I can see Getari and the rest you want to join. Please just go ahead. Don't make a call when I'm actually live, because making a call when I'm live, you are going to interfere with my flow of information. So Saccos are good. Please call me. Just send me a text. Unakuaga na very important things to say as always, and your jokes are awesome. Thank you, Ahome Monyere. Watching live from Simaman Hapa PCA. I preached there. Mongai wa Matuda Simaman. Thank you very much. I remember coming there to preach. On Saturday, I'll be preaching at Dome PCA Church. The last Sunday, the day before yesterday, I was at PCA Regis in Membrane. And the last Saturday, but 2, I was at ACK, Kitusuru West. And on 30th, I'll be at PCA Umoja. I also preach the word of God, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And if you want to go far, just fear God. If you fear God, yesterday I was at Inoro, yeah. Nilikuwa na jana Inoro, yeah. I was in Inoro TV. I normally come to Inoro TV, and every Sunday from 10 p.m. to midnight, I'm in Inoro FM. Thank you very much. So allow me to talk about now another form of Saccos. Those who want to join our Sacco, all in Sacco, please don't hesitate. Just send me a text. I'll advise you. I'll actually call my relationship manager to contact you. It will be advised accordingly. 0722 63021. Are you there and you have got your 250,000 shillings? I can subject that money of yours to what we call diversified portfolio accounts, and you start earning a minimum return of 15% per annum. I repeat, and again, for more information about what I'll be talking about shortly, please just make sure that you contact me during your free time on the number that I've given you. So if you have at least 250,000 shillings that you've been able to accumulate, please don't put that money in the bank, please. And I've been telling people, only unwise people put money in the bank. You only require to have, we appreciate your day, you doctor, Sunday tulibarikiwa sana PCLGs. Thank you very much, Classic Bedding. Thank you so much. I was also very, very happy to spend my day with Reverend Harrison Washila. And of course, Mr. Evans Kongo, who invited me to come during Justice, Peace, Reconciliation, Creation Sunday. And the theme was coming from the book of Isaiah chapter 1, verses 17. I will never forget that. Thank you so much. So please make sure that you talk to me on 0722633021 to those who want to join Sacco. Let me come to this other one. So if you're there and you have got, and thank you very much for your likes, extremely humbled. You have given me already 5,400 likes. If you make them 10,000, I appreciate. Kaidre Doc ongea Kiswahili, wengine hatukusoma. Nashukuru sana. Sawa sawa. Mimi nasema hivi, kama uko hapo na uko na 250,000 ama 250,000, 250,000, tuna njia ya kuwezeka pesa zako na utakuwa unapata riba ya 15% kila mwisho wa mwaka. Ni kumaanisha ya kwamba kama uko na kimo ya hicho pesa 250,000, kila mwisho wa mwaka utakuwa unapata 37,500, na lisha ya hayo ukubuke, hii ni tofauti na njia zile zingine ambazo sisi pia huwezeka pesa zetu. Kama umenunua hisa na hisa moja ilikuwa inatoka shilingi 5, hiyo hisa bei yake ianguke. Kwa mfano itoke shilingi 2 na sumuni, ni kumaanisha ya kwamba zile pesa zako ambazo ulikuwa umeziwezeka pia zitaanguka kwa mfumo ule ule maradufu. Ni kumaanisha ya kwamba wakati umetupatia pesa zako tukuwezekee hizi 250,000, tunasema ya kwamba kile kiwango ambacho uliweka kitakuwa pale bila kusubuliwa na mtu yeyote, kumaanisha ya kwamba zile pesa hakuna pahali zitaenda, 250,000 shillings, lakini riba yako ndio itakuwa inabadilika. Kwa wakati huu tunapatiana riba 15%, 15% kila mwisho wa mwaka, na haisimamii hapo, itaendelea tu ikiongezeka, kumaanisha ya kwamba, na kuna wale ambao wanaonekana wanatatisika sana nikitumia Kiswahili kwa sababu ya huyu dada yetu, lazima pia elewe kidogo. Kwa hivyo ningesema hivi, kama una pesa ambazo uko nazo na zimefika kiwango cha 250,000, tuna jinsi ya kukusaidia kuwezeka zile pesa uwe unapata zaidi ya 15% kila mwisho wa mwaka. Na ukitaka kuchukua pesa zako ambazo uliweka kama deposit, inachukua tu muda wa masaa 24 na pesa zako unazipata. Na wakati uchumi unadhoofika, kumaanisha ya kwamba ile riba ulikuwa umepata inaanza kwenda chini kidogo, zile pesa ambazo ulikuwa umeweka hakuna wakati wowote sitapungua. Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha ya kwamba pesa zako siko gangari na kule kuwezeka kwako kuna mafanikio, sababu hakuna wakati pesa zako sitapungua. Kwa hivyo kama uko hapo na uko na pesa, nimeona kuna mtu mmoja ameniuliza hapa, ningetaka wale wote ambao wangetaka kujua jinsi ya kuweka hizo pesa mnipigie simu. Nimeshawapatia namba yangu ya rununu, ni 0722633021. Kwa hivyo nashukuru wale ambao, kwa hivyo kama uko na pesa zako pale na ungetaka tukuwezeka, tafadhali nipigie simu. Mimi nimesomea taaluma ya pesa na biashara. Shahada yangu ya usamifu, kuanzia shahada yangu ya kwanza, shahada yangu ya uzamara ya usamifu, zote nimesomea taaluma ya pesa na biashara, na kwa hivyo nikiwa hapa naweza kukusaidia sana tujue jinsi ya kuwezeka pesa zetu. Na kwa vile muda ndio huo, nishawapatia namba yangu. Kama una ujumbe wote ambao ungetaka kunipitishia, nishakupatia namba yangu ya simu ambayo ni 0722633021. Ukiniandikia ujumbe mfupi nitakurudishia papo hapo. Unaweza nipigia simu halafu pengine unikute niko katika hali ya kufanya kazi nyingine. Kwa hivyo ningekusihi tu tafadhali uniandikie ujumbe mfupi, nitakujibu. Na kwa hayo mengi na shilingi 500 mbele nyuma nitasaidika Aje professor, are Saccos better than money market in which way? Sasa Kevin, hakuna haja hatuta mix mambo. Money market iko na advantages zake na disadvantages zake, na Sacco pia, na Saccos also they have the good with the Sacco. Usuri wa Sacco, pesa zako zitakuwa zinakupatia riba of course, na zile ambazo umeweka zitakuwa tu kule. Money market kunategemea na vile uchumi huko, kwa hivyo hapo kuna shida kidogo. Ni mzuri pia, lakini ukumbuke ya kwamba money market wanakupatia riba ama interest ya 9.6. Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha hata mapato ni madogo kiasi, sababu kuna tukiweka pesa kwa money market kuna kuwaga na tahadhari iko juu sana. Kwa hivyo ukitaka kuweka pesa zako, Sacco ni mzuri, unaweza weka zingine kwa Sacco, zingine uweke kwa money market, lakini sitakagi tuweke kwa money market sana sana, kwa vile jinsi vile uchumi ulivyo. Tunaweza weka kwa kitu inaitwa offshore investment ama DPA, diversified portfolio account, na hiyo itakusaidia. Ukitaka mengi kuhusu hilo jambo, nipigie simu na bali nitakupatia. Na kwa hayo mengi na machache, kwanza kabisa ni kuwashukuru leo. Nimeona tulikuwa tu na mtu mmoja ambaye alikuwa anataka kuleta matata, lakini naye akakuta mtu ambaye amesimama gangari na mtu ambaye hatishwi kamwe na yeyote. Nikamwambia tuondoke, na alifanya hivyo, na tuwashukuru sababu alifanya hivyo. Wale wengine ambao wangetaka kujua mambo ya kujiunga na Sacco yetu ya Olin, mtaniandikia ujumbe. Wale wangetaka kuja kuinvest kwetu kwa Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited tuko, na wale wangetaka kuinvest kwa International Investment Arena mniongeleshe. Hayo yote nitawaelezea. Mungu awabariki na mshinde vyema. Shalom, shalom, shalom. God bless all of you.